not even. Welcome back to the Jack and Clint channel. This is Jackie.
Hey, this is husband Glenn. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell notification so you miss any of our reviews. And before you get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. Tonight we're reviewing Married at First Sight. That is Married at First Sight, Season 16, Episode number 11, Moonshine and Monthiversaries. Keep pointing at me for?
Because that's what you did.
I keep pointing at you.
Don't be pointing at me.
Now, Moonshines and Monthiversaries.
No sense.
Oh man, there's a lot to talk about. As some of you thought, and as we thought, this Monthiversary really wasn't a big.
No, nobody did nothing spectacular.
Spectacular. There was no spectacular.
That's how you know they don't like each other.
The most spectacular thing was the helicopter ride, and that was it. Everybody else did rage rooms, a little dinner. The redneck, the waterfall type. It was thoughtful gestures, but it wasn't nothing really overboard. So, now where do you want to get started at?
I mean, it wasn't really much with most everybody. We can start with Gina and Clint, and with dog. First thing with them was after they went to the moonshine tasting.
Yeah, let's
I mean, we'll just talk about that. So they went moonshine tasting, so the next morning, like, Clint was toe up.
Yeah, Clint.
He was like, he did not feel good. That moonshine had him down.
They went on the redneck bus, comedy bus.
Yeah, the redneck comedy. We obviously didn't see the comedy, because I was like...
I did learn something, though.
Where's the jokes?
I learned, because when I was growing up, Cooter was something else.
It's still something else right now.
I mean, she hit me up with Cooter. Cooter to me was something totally different. But she said that's a beaver and not a cooter. So, I don't know. I learned something different. Maybe it's something different in different parts of the world. But
I don't know, but Clint's pushing through his hangover from the moonshine hangover. And so they were like, you know, how do you feel like it's going? And Gina said she feels like it's been going fast, but kind of in slow-mo.
Right.
And for their month-iversary, they do the Jamaica recreation. So they go hiking, and they don't get lost. They don't have to ask for directions. They know exactly where they're going.
No tour guide. No one on a bus by themselves.
And so they go see the waterfalls. And she says she's excited to get out and do it because she doesn't get out of Nashville much. And when they go to where the waterfall is, he goes swimming, but she sits on the side with Hank. And she says she's feeling hopeful. Like, they had a good time, even though she didn't get in the water, but she's feeling hopeful with Clint. They're in a good place.
Yeah, because she said she got what she asked for, a companion. First of all, like, that's a dog. You can get a companion with a dog, but compassionate.
But she asked for somebody adventurous, somebody, like, goal-oriented. And she was like, I got that in Clint, even if he is a ginger. Now, that's me saying that. She didn't say that.
And she got somebody that can cook. Because Clint could...
Yeah, he told me he made chocolate soufflés. She said she feel like making a cake. And he was like, oh, I can make chocolate soufflés.
That's next,
like, oh,
that's next level. Clint, my man, he threw it out. And then we found out Clint does most of the cooking in the house. So, and while she in an extra spare bedroom, Clint doing the cooking. So,
yeah, he said, I guess... He basically was like, she is a good sous chef. She'll help out. She does cook some, but he does most of the cooking. Yeah. But when they get home later, she sets up, they decorate the whole house with Jamaican flags, which now she knows it's a Jamaican flag.
Now she knows it's Jamaican.
She didn't know that.
You know, Clinton went to purchase that stuff. She ain't buy that. She ain't know what flag to pick.
So they got all kind of decorations. And he brought some oxtails.
Mm-hmm. And
she actually didn't like it.
No, I thought she liked the oxtail. I thought when he said something about the camel.
No, when he asked her had she ever had camel, she said no, but it's not camel, it's oxtails. And she said she didn't care for it. Like, she really didn't eat it. I mean, it's acquired taste. If you ever seen, I think I saw a TikTok or a reel of them doing the actual oxtail. Like, it would make me not want to eat it too. Honestly.
I think if you look how they do most food, make you not want to eat it. I'm just saying. Look how they do most foods, how they process a lot of stuff you may not want to.
But it's literally a tail. Like, they got to pull the skin off and stuff. So, like...
Not mad at it.
Anyway, so they talk about, you know, they want to celebrate where they are. and she asks what he's most excited about, and he says, I'm excited to get to more crust, so dig in deep and to learn more about her. And he says, I see you run a tight ship at the salon, it's really cool. And she says, I see we have the same characteristics and values. He's good, he's hardworking, and then he's growing on her. And I think this was his vignette, or it might have been hers, but one of them said, we've made monumental leaps. So they're doing much better than I expected them to do. And Clint is definitely not who I thought he would be.
Oh, y'all owe Clint an apology.
I didn't run him down.
No, I didn't say you run him down, but people thought Clint was going to be a snobbish type guy. Some said he was going to be another Mitch. But Clint is actually turning out to be a nice guy and doing all the right things. Whether it's for TV or not, I doubt it. But he's doing all the right things, and he's trying to make this relationship in this marriage work. So, hey, kudos to Clint for doing the right thing. Kudos to Gina for letting bygones be bygones and actually trying to work this thing out for the next couple of weeks. Because she even had some voice of reason when they was meeting at the table, as all the couples were together. So it's good to see her and Clint trying to maneuver and work this thing out in a good fashion.
So let's go to Nicole and Chris. We see Nicole's dad come pay them a visit, and the funny thing was, so good to see you again. He had forgot Chris's name.
I thought he was playing.
No, he forgot.
That's terrible.
Yeah, he forgot his name for a minute.
That's terrible.
He's like, oh shoot, I forgot. And so he makes a point. Oh, he was like, come on in, we'll show you the apartment. We got lots of dinosaurs and pineapples. And the dad was like, yeah, she loves those.
Yeah.
Okay.
She loves pineapples and dinosaurs.
Her dad talks about how he's been skeptical about it. And Chris was like, he understands. And they showed a scene where I guess Chris tried to call him dad. And he was like, hey, whoa, slow up.
We ain't there yet.
We're not there yet. So he was like, I understand that too. It's too early for that. How's it feeling? Chris says, I feel like I'm married. She takes awesome care of the dogs. She gets up earlier than me, but I can feel myself getting up earlier too.
Yeah, he's a night person. Night hawk.
Yeah, and the dad was like, yeah, I get it, me too. But he says that Nicole has to be at work earlier than him, so that's why she gets up earlier too. And so Chris was like, it feels easy to him. I feel like I've known her longer than I have. And her dad was like, look, you're in the honeymoon phase still. Okay? You're still in the honeymoon stage. So. He's
still wet behind the ear, brother.
Yeah.
He's still wet there.
He talked about how, Chris talked about how in other relationships he felt like he was taken advantage of and like a pushover. And so the dad was like, you got to learn not to be codependent. Mm-hmm. Like, be happy because you want to be happy, do stuff because you want to do stuff, not because of her. Chris was like, yeah, because I've been in one-sided relationships before. And in his vignette, the dad was like, I like Chris and everything, but I think he needs to get some big D energy. He needs to grow some.
Yeah, grow a set.
It's basically what he told him.
And stop being a pushover. I think he does. I think sometimes he has to tell Nicole no.
Like he did with that funky shirt.
Like he did with the shirt, or it's not going to work right now, or we need some more time, we need some more energy, or you know what, I'll use the code word that she says, pineapple, be quiet, whatever the case may be. He needs to go ahead, and maybe we're just not seeing that, but I kind of agree with that. Chris does need to put a foot down just a little bit. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying in a bad way. I'm not saying being forceful, be mean, but there's some things he got to tell Nicole, like he did with the shirt. No.
Mm-hmm. So for the Monthiversary, we see Chris have a little note written out for her, and he calls her out. And he's got this little drone helicopter flying around, kind of lands close to a piece of paper. She was like, oh, what's this? Oh, okay. We're going for a helicopter ride today. Oh, my gosh. And he was like, I like to spoil whoever I'm in a relationship with. He's into memories and adventures, so that's what he's trying to do.
And he wants to take the relationship to the next level.
Mm-hmm. And she says she's learning more about him every day, and feelings are growing. So we see them go on a little helicopter ride, which is real cute.
It was cute.
And then later on, they watched their wedding video.
This is where...
And that was like, gosh. And, they're sitting there watching the video, enjoying it. And Nicole's like, oh, my makeup is so bad.
Now, look, this is what y'all didn't get from the show. And she said this on an after party prior to, right? And this is why she's saying that. Because at first I had to think about it like, man, she's really critical. But then I remember back to the after party that she talked about. prior to her walking down the aisle, they would try to toast, and some champagne sprayed all over her dress and sprayed all over her makeup and all over her gown and all that. And so they had to dry the champagne and stuff up, so she really wasn't feeling like herself as she came down the aisle. So now she's really critical of that day because of all the things that happened before it. Not saying that she's not a critical person anyway. She's looking at her body, looking at her shape. But that was why her makeup was the way that it was. That's why her hair was the way that it was. And I see you roll your eyes like what, they got to do anything? It has a lot to do with it has a lot to do with everything.
This don't have nothing to do with you.
Oh, why the way
my
that she
thing
feels
is, a lot of times we see the mess ups on ourselves. Like, I was literally looking at it like, I don't even see it, honey. Chris said it too. He was like, I ain't know.
She saw it though. She knew.
I know, that's what I'm saying. A lot of times we see it ourselves, but I was just like, the way you harping on it, you act like the mascara was running down your face. Your eyebrow, piece of your eyebrow that was drawn on was missing. Like your lash was falling off your face. She talked about it like it was that bad, and I was like, and Chris said that bothered him. That we couldn't even enjoy watching the video because she was being so critical of herself. And
my problem with Chris is why didn't he tell her? Don't tell when you're in this little production and production's pulling that out you. He should have said that to her, like, hey, can we enjoy the video while we watch this, because you're complaining too much. I mean, in that sense, in that essence, or that's in that way, I don't know what he could have did. I don't know. I'm harsh. Like, can you please just watch the video? Let this thing ride out. Let it flow. You know what I'm saying? Let's not criticize what you look at. You look beautiful. Let's move on. You married. Let's ride.
The only one thing they talked about was when, he went to give her a kiss, that she didn't turn him down. And she was like, no, of course not. I'm going to let you kiss me. And
so she was ready for the kiss.
That was a good thing.
She was excited.
Other than that, she just had complaints.
I mean, you can't be, I mean, you don't want to be with that person that's always complaining, right? Everything, you can't be negative every day, all day, right? There have to be some kind of positivity, some type of something involved. And it seemed like Nicole has some of that negativity that's in her. Or she kind of come off like a know-it-all, a little bit. When it comes to this relationship situation, we see that when they're at the dinner. Her and Chris came off like as if they were the know-it-all because they're a couple, because their relationship is the only ones going right. But
I mean, Gina and Clint are getting there, but other than that,
they're
the only ones that are really actually there.
Yeah, but they're working on it though. I mean, I think
disappoints me so bad.
Go ahead.
I wish Shaquille and Kirsten. I wish Shaquille and Kirsten was there. It's just.
I think they can be there if they have conversation with each other. If they can communicate, the communication on his end and her end are terrible. We might just go to they're terrible.
No, we gotta save them because we gotta do the dinner.
Okay, we said their communication's terrible, but they can get there. But let's move on to the next.
So let's talk about Jasmine and Airris. We see Airris go out with his friend Harold, and Harold's like, how's it been going? And Airris is like, it's been going.
It's going. Not the way I wanted, but it's going.
Time is flying. And Harold's like, okay, so what else? And Airris basically is like, ain't nothing going on but the rent. And Harold's like, what?
Yeah, he's like, I'm not even in the ball game. I ain't got no uniform. I ain't
he said, because he said, what base have you gotten to?
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm in the parking lot.
I'm in the parking lot, dog.
I'm not even on the field.
Not in the stadium.
And Harold's like,
not on the team.
What?
Didn't get off the bus.
What? He hasn't made any moves. And Harold's like, man, you didn't get married not to have sex. Like, what the heck? And Airris like, I think she's waiting on me. I told her that I'm not physically attracted to her. She's not my normal type. He was like, I need somebody that has a vibe or a swag about it. Like I could be like, oh, she got this, she got that. And he was like, I'm not getting none of that from her.
Translation, she's playing. But this is where I have a problem with Airris. You guys, I finally have a problem. No, I'm just kidding. I have a problem with Airris. I always had a problem. Airris asked for a beauty queen.
No, he asked for a queen.
He asked for a queen, and he got a beauty queen. Right? He got a beauty queen. She has a woman who wins pageants. He has a beautiful woman on his arm. And he still can't see how beautiful she is. He still can't. He still is not attracted to her. But he likes some of her qualities, but he's not attracted to her. Which I don't understand. How can you? I mean, I just haven't feel that like the qualities, but not attracted to the person.
He's not all that.
I understand. You keep saying he's not all that. I understand he's not all that. He's not all. Corey, he's not all that, right? But again, in this relationship, he's not attracted to her, and she's trying everything. She's trying in this relationship.
But at the same time,
and he's not. And I go back. He's honest, but sometimes his honesty is kind of brutal. Sometimes his honesty is childish, because you're like, you know what? Don't.
No, I don't think he. You keep saying that he's honest. He's honest in the fact that he says, I'm not physically attracted to you. But when has he ever said exactly what it is about her that's not attractive? Because he said she's an attractive woman. So why are you not physically attracted to me?
She ain't got no butt. He said it.
He didn't say it to her.
Oh, no. He hadn't said it to her.
That's what I'm saying. So the way he feel and what he said, he has not yet said it to her.
She can't. Well, she can't control the butt thing. But she can't control the butt thing.
No, I know she can't, but he can control what he, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's not all that, I'm sorry. Because he loved to drill home, oh, she's really attracted to me. Even she said it later, you know, I'm attracted to you. Guess what? Even if I think a joker's cute, even if I'm attracted to him, let that joker tell me he's not attracted to me, you automatically, it's a no.
It's different between y'all dating and married. They're married, so she's trying to work it out.
It's a no.
So she's trying to work it out.
It's a no. But Harold's like, you know,
he's trying to work it out.
He said he's not sure how to feel about it, but he hopes that Jasmine and Airris can get better. And he asked him, you know, like, what's your plan? And Airris like, we'll just continue to date her and go out and do stuff, and hopefully that'll create the vibes. And Airris was like, you know, I'm hopeful that things will improve. You know, he said he's willing to take the advice from Airris and Felina and the experts or whatever. And Harold's like, you know, I just think you need more time.
What vibes are you trying to create, though? I mean, what vibes?
Or if you need more, ask her, sorry.
What vibes are you trying to create? The physical vibe? Because I think they got a good relationship as far as, like, friend relationship or communication relationship. And I hate when they say, oh, I didn't come on here to have a friend. I think friends make best lovers. I think you have to be a friend first. I don't think you can just fall into the married first sight and go into lovers. I think you have to be a friend, maybe for these 8 weeks, at least be cordial, like each other, and then move on and see how that works out. I think we have to be friends first. I don't think you can dive into love. Not on this show.
So they go to a rage room for their Monthiversary, and you know, she's ready to get it out. She's frustrated or whatever.
Oh, she probably wish she could hit him. His ADHD didn't help because I ain't saying that, man. He don't have ADHD, but I'm just saying he came in and didn't even let the person say the instructions.
Oh yeah, that was funny. Yeah, the person's giving instructions is like, you got this to throw and this joker just picks something up and throw it at the wall, and I'm like, so how old are you? So childish. That was very childish to me. He's 39. Like, I was like, anyway.
Jennifer, you're right. I don't think anybody wants him either.
No. So she said she's
Jack
disappointed.
Definitely don't want him.
No. I just don't get it. But anyway, you know, she said she's disappointed at where they are. You know, she's trying to be more open and optimistic, but you know, she's overwhelmed. She just does not like where they are. Didn't expect it to go that way. And so it feels good to let some frustration out and break some stuff. Later on, when they get back to their apartment, they look through the wedding photos. And she says, you know, I was really happy that day. I'm not in that space no more.
Not space that more. And I mean, I think she can do better than Airris. I think right at this point, she's dealing with Airris. She has to deal with it because of the show. I don't think at this point they're going to say yes. I don't think they can turn around in the next 4 weeks. I think it's going to be a no for them. I think she will be the one that says no.
Yes, because ain't nobody going to be with somebody that's not attracted to them.
But I mean, I totally understand that.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm saying I think she can do better.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is, what does he do in the next 4 weeks to try to change it? If he wants to change it, because you can't keep telling somebody that you're not attracted to them. Can't keep telling somebody that you know. Because she already checked out. Most people had already been checked out. Like, I'm just going to collect these paychecks for the next 4 weeks. We're going to be nice and we're going to just keep it moving. But it seems like Jasmine still continue to try with Airris to try to get him to turn his ways. And he even recognized that he's not doing it when they read the vows, or when he read his vow. And she was like, well.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Yeah. She talks about how she's still in it 3,000%. And he was like, I vowed to do this and put in the effort or whatever. And she did. She asked him, she was like, so how you feel you doing on your vows? Not. He said, I'm not doing that. But as long as you know.
Yeah.
As long as you know. And she just hopes it'll change for them. He was like, I understand marriage is hard and it takes effort. I'm still just kind of in shock. He really thought he was going to go into marrying a stranger and it was going to be easy.
No, he thought he was going to marry to a stranger and she'd be Megan Thee Stallion, like he like, or Lauren London. And he was going to be like, yo, I can get this all the time. And it's not what he...
Again, because he focused on sex first as opposed to building a relationship.
Right.
And that's why I agree with the... we talked about this. I think we talked about this on the panel, and we said it too. It's good that he's not trying to be in bed with her, but at the same time, you got to make her feel wanted, and you got to try to get to that place. Because she's not going to try to push up on you, because then you'll be telling them, man, she be all over me. No. Ain't nobody going to do that.
But she wants to be wanted. I mean, she wants the sex. She wants to have sex with her, but then again, who wants to have sex with somebody not attracted to? Attracted to you. Right. So I think she's at the point where she's taking it off the table, where he takes it off the table later.
Right. Yeah, you could say that. She's hoping it'll get better and they'll have a better connection, and that the attraction will grow. They had their little toast, and he was like, I'm toasting to 2 months. She was like, already? Don't waste your time, bruh.
Yeah.
So they had gotten went to eat, and the food comes out or whatever, and he asked, what you looking forward to? And she was like, I hope this is a reset and a recharge and changes, that it's going to be better. And him, he said the first few weeks he was actually closer to being checked out, because this is when they went to eat for their month anniversary. Right. And he was like the first few weeks I really was close to being checked out, but I'm trying to move forward and find a middle ground where I'm not so he's not all the way in, but he's not checked out, so I'm trying to inch my way to being in. And he said, I think my thing is I've been trying not to hurt your feelings by telling you where I'm at. And he says, it would be easier if they said no sex till D-Day. Well, duh.
Well, it was going to be that anyway, because he's not sexually attracted to her, so it was going to be no sex till D-Day anyway. And then
but is he saying so that means I'm not going to talk about it? Because, yeah.
No, the thing was he didn't want her to bring her. He didn't want to make her feel uncomfortable, right? He got tired of people asking about them having sex. So when everybody can ask about them having sex, he can say, oh, we're not having sex until after the 8 weeks, right? Which is kind of stupid to me because, not stupid, you already know your answer, because if you say I'm not having sex until decision day, till after decision day, well, if you don't stay together, you're not going to have sex anyway.
Right.
Right? If you don't stay together, you're not going to have. Then she's not even that dumb. She's not going to have sex with you anyway. So now what you're saying is, hey, this is over. Mm-hmm. In theory, you're saying this is over. And you're also saying, I don't want people to talk about it. And I'm going to play devil's advocate here. Maybe he's really concerned about her and doesn't want her to feel pressure to keep asking him every week. Like, all right. Or have an expectation, this may be the week. This may be the day. This may be the moment. I don't have to, she go put on her sexy dress or put on the red dress and her high heel shoes, you know what I'm saying? And she do all that. Maybe he's saying to her, you know what? You don't have to do all that, because guess what? It's not going to go down.
Mm-hmm. Mm. But she said, I wasn't expecting to have sex anyway, but if you're taking it off the table, does that mean we're going to grow our intimacy in other ways? And he was like, yeah. And
that's the good thing. You can grow intimacy in other ways. You can hold hands. You can cuddle. You can do all that.
I don't believe it.
You don't believe he's going to cuddle?
No.
You don't think he's going to hold hands?
No, I don't think he's going to try to grow the intimacy in no other way. I don't.
But you see him touchy-feely. He hold hands. He grabs her leg. He snuggles close up against her. I mean, he does those type of things. I don't know how much he does off camera, but what we see on camera, he is kind of touchy-feely with her, though.
He said he's had enough meaningless sex, and so, she said she's willing to put in the work, but not by herself. So, we cannot have meaningless sex, but we can also not have a meaningless marriage.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He has to put in more. I mean, I think you need to see more. More does need to take place, and I think he doesn't know how to tell her and those things. I think he is kind of playing the game a little bit, right? He's saying what's good on camera, so he doesn't come and look like a bad guy. But I think he's torn between. He wants a good girl. He never had a good girl, so he don't know how to treat a good girl. He used to having, you know,
wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
Or just hotties. He used to have some hotties with they got the body, but they don't got no.
Well, I'm not even gonna say all that, but I'm not gonna say they ain't got no mind. But you can have both.
I'm talking about that kind of connection.
Oh,
it's just about sex.
Just about sex. Let's talk about sex, baby. I mean, that's what he wants. So, and it's not happening.
So, real quick, let me shift gears because I did want to say when Nicole and Chris, Gina and Clint went on that Redneck Comedy Bus tour into Moonshine tasting, that Clint and they had a whole conversation about last names.
Yeah. And
Nicole's thing is, you know how hard it is to get your name changed. I got to change my name on this, and this, and it takes so much time, and it really doesn't. It don't.
But I kind of go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I kind of agree with her though. I think in this setting, Married at First Sight.
Now for that, yes.
Dog, I'm not changing my name at the beginning.
Then gotta change it again.
Like Stasha did at the beginning of last season, right? And then have to change your name again after you and your spouse don't stay together after 8 weeks. I'm not going through it. After the 8 weeks, I'll change my name.
Right. Now, if you're talking about that, now she didn't say that, but yes, I wouldn't go through the trouble of changing my name until we get to, doggone it, I didn't even wait till decision day. Once we do decision day, and we finish the months afterwards, and we're still together, then I'll change my last name. There you go. Clint's thing is that when Nicole was like, 12 months from now, I'd be fine to change my name. And Gina said 2. And Clint said, well, I know this much. If we have kids, our kids' last name going to be Webb. And Nicole was like, oh, if we have kids. Gina's like, oh, if we have kids. Clint's kind of thinking ahead. But he said their last name going to be Webb.
Oh, and Clint.
If you don't change yours, Gina.
Clint, baby.
They going to be Webb.
Clint ready for a baby. Baby happy. Baby, whatever you want to call it. Clint wants a baby bad. Mm-hmm. Have a baby by me and be a millionaire? Well,
we see all the let's go to Shaquille and Kirsten.
You don't want to do dinner first?
No, because some of this was before dinner.
Alright, let's do it.
So Kirsten goes out with her friend Chanel. They go to the nail salon.
They get their manis.
They get their manis and petties. And, she talks about the fact that she's been taking her time opening up. She says, he's been patient, but they need to continue to work on it. And if he's there, meaning present in the apartment, because she makes it like he don't never be there.
Dog don't want to be he don't want to be at home. I know he's working late. I did a video on this. Y'all can check it out. I did a separate video on Kirsten and Shaq talking about why her comment she makes here, how she want hugs and kisses.
Yeah, because she was like, when he's here, I want him to hold me and kiss me and talk to me. And her friend was like, well, that's strange because last time I seen y'all, he was like kind of all over you. And so I'm shocked by this. And Kirsten's like, oh, we're kind of up and down.
No,
Shaquille said on the after party, his problem is it'd be one thing when it's us, it'd be something else when you talk to somebody else and we're in with company, as he said.
But it's again, you can't, and I said this, and check out the video, when you're dealing with a man, right, you tell a man no so many times, right, and you keep saying no over and over and over again, he's going to put his wall up, so what's the point of me even asking? Because nobody wants to be rejected over and over again, right? Nobody likes to be rejected. So when I come home and I give you a hug and you push me away, or I come home and I try to kiss you and you push me away, and you tell me, don't kiss me, don't hug me, and guess what? Guess what he's going to start doing when he start coming home? Not kissing you and not hugging you. And so what's going to happen is, what's up, dog? Start pounding, and now you're going to feel some type of way because what happens, she's letting her walls down now. He doesn't put his up because she was so guarded before. And now the roles reversed, and he's like, man, I don't even got time. And then she's not communicating to him like, hey, I'm putting the walls down because he was like, yo, I didn't even know you want hugs and kisses when you come home. At least let me know. She changing the rules of the game in the middle of the game.
Which she talks about later, which is irritating him.
If you change the rules in the middle of the game, please let me know that, okay, now this is what you want. Okay, now my walls are down. Hey, I would love the hugs and kisses now. I'm not going to push you away. That's where the communication comes at. Because if you don't tell a guy that, he's going to go off the last thing that you did. The last thing you did was push him away. The last thing you did was say no. And why I'm going to keep tormenting myself if I ain't going to get the right answer.
And so what she said to her friend is, kind of makes her upset and she feels rejected that she's not getting attention from him, but the attraction with her has grown. And she says, I feel like he's stuck in a place where I said it was lack of attraction before, so he's still stuck there, which goes to what you said. You changed the rules in the middle of the game and you didn't like it. Now you like it. And when I was trying to give it, you didn't want it. So now I don't feel like giving it.
And right, and all of a sudden she became a good kisser. Liar.
She said.
No, I'm saying but her thing was I don't like kissing. I'm a bad kisser. So now she all of a sudden I forgot to mention that she's a good kisser now, huh? So did he make you become a good kisser? Did he give you more confidence in your kissing ability now? What is it that made you? Because when the friends were over, remember when the friends were at the house? Oh, I don't like kissing because that's I'm not a very good kisser.
Yeah, she says later at the couple dinner too, but for their month anniversary they go roller skating, and she was like, he said he loves skating, and she says she does too, and he says she actually skates better than him.
No, let's get before they get to the skate.
Oh.
Why they dress up like they were 6?
What you mean?
They had the knee pads on, the arm pads on, the helmet on.
The helmet that she could hardly put on her head.
Why you 6 to 30 something?
I ain't never seen nobody 4-wheel roller skating. Now, inline skates, I've seen people out on the street.
I've never seen anybody in the skating ring with all that on.
That's what I said. I see people out on the street with inline skates with all of that stuff on, but never at the skating rink.
Which was rented out just for them.
You ain't gonna run into nobody.
Who you running into? Where you gonna
and both of y'all can skate.
Both of y'all can skate. And both of us can skate.
I would put that on. Because I don't skate that good.
I do.
But she was skating circles around him with
all the knee
pads, elbow pads, shoulder pads, a helmet.
And my 9-year-old helmet.
Shin guards. And
Dog, I was like, this is a lot. Are they going to go play hockey? They go inline hockey? I mean, what's going on here? I mean, I digressed. I thought it was funny to me.
They said they had fun skating. They had a little table sitting in the middle of the skating rink that they sat and ate. And, he says, I can't believe it's been a month. And she said it actually does feel like it to her. He said he's looking forward to making memories. She said she's looking forward to making memories. And he was like, yeah, I'm looking forward to spending time with you and your friends and learning more about you. And she was like, you just got to be around me to learn about me. You got to be intentional. That's how, I let my guard down.
Rose, that's a good point. I didn't even think about that. Shaq already had a head injury, so he might have needed it because he didn't want to fall and hurt his head. I take that.
That's called paranoia and being a hypochondriac.
Yeah, it's called paranoia.
Maybe he did. But he said he skates a lot.
Maybe he wears that when he skates.
Ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way. So she said she's letting her guard down. In his vignette, he says, I still feel like we're not on the same page when I'm around her. Again, she's telling me one thing, she tells somebody else something different, or she acts different on the camera than she does off the camera. But she says, I'm letting my guard down day by day. He was like, I don't see it. I don't see it.
Oh, she don't take the man around her family and friends. And her excuse was, I want to make sure that we're here after the 8 weeks, that he's going to be here after the 8 weeks, and I'll bring him around my family and friends. But if you ain't doing nothing, boo, in the relationship, then how he's going to be around? Because if you ain't meeting some of the needs, he's not going to be there. Mm-mm. And he don't see you bringing walls down. He don't see her changing. He don't see none of this stuff.
She also tried to blame it on the fact that, are you just looking at D-Day, or are you looking at a lifetime? So that's taking her off, like, you just talking about D-Day. What about everything else? And that's what goes to what you said, That's why she don't want to bring him around her friends and family and stuff. So let's go to the couples dinner.
Just one more thing with them, because
we're gonna finish with them, but the rest has to do with the couples dinner. Go ahead.
No, but I just make some of her comments or some of the things she come back with Shaq at is like, did you really think those things through? She didn't think none of it. Some of her rebuttals.
My sister said it's a lot of air up there.
It is she didn't think it through. I'm not gonna say air up there. I'm just thinking she just.
Well, my sister said she's got a lot of air up there.
Okay, gotcha.
So she did not think it through.
All right.
So all the couples go for dinner after they have their own Monthiversaries, and so they talk about what they did to celebrate. And Gina and Clint talk about how they've been bonding and getting better. And Nicole said that's good because I didn't have high hopes for y'all at first. Okay, thanks, Nicole. Who asked you?
Yo, Nicole.
What thanks?
Well, next year they're bringing Nicole on as one of the experts. Just joking. just joking.
Jasmine and Airris said, how about y'all? Well, they asked Jasmine and Airris, how about y'all? And Jasmine like, I'm attracted to him. I'm hoping that it will grow. And Nicole says, y'all, it was giving me good vibes. So, I hope I'm not wrong. What's going on with y'all? I think she asked that about Shaquille and Kirsten.
Yeah, she's off.
Kirsten.
Whatever vibes that she have, it's not working.
And Nicole and Chris's vignette, they had a little vignette together. They were like, Chris says Airris needs to get out of his head so they can get over the hump and, just get to what it's about. Jasmine says, Pastor Cal encouraged them to be intentional. And, how are we going to do that if he's not attracted to me? How are we going to be intentional? It's on Airris now.
Oh, it's all on Airris.
It's all on. Side note. So Gina was like, don't rush through the process. You still got one more month and you can work on it. And then Airris busts out, hey, is married sex different from single sex? And he said on the after party that sometimes when they get together, the conversation's so serious, he just wants to kind of break up the monotony. So that's why he asked that question. But you could ask something besides about sex. You really could. To break the monotony.
He's just trying to be funny, man, at this point. He want to be the life of the party. He's just at that point where he's done. He's checked out. Let me get through this. Let me get through these moments. And I hope my food is good. And let me enjoy this.
Nicole is like, yeah, it is different, because I think it's because since you're married, it's like it's not pressure to have sex with every time because you're going to be with that person.
You've been married 3 weeks, 4 weeks. You've been married 4 weeks. She's been married 4 weeks, and this is.
But they're the only ones at the table that could answer that question.
But I'm saying she's married 4 weeks, and then there's a difference.
Apparently, and so they look at Shaquille and Kirsten like, so can you answer that question? And they were like, nope, ain't no sex for us.
Ain't no sunshine.
And she was like, has anything progressed? And Nicole's like, has anything progressed with y'all? And you hitting any new bases? And Kirsten's like, it's a little chemistry, it's a little connection. And Shaquille's like, I think there's connection and chemistry. And in his vignette, he said, I'm getting some energy. I'm not getting the same energy that I'm putting out. Like,
I just need to know what energy she's not, because they cuddle up. Every time we see their vignettes in bed, they cuddle up, they're hugging, they're doing all this other stuff. She drops it. As Mona said, she be dropping her leg up on top of him. She be like, what is she looking for as far as intimacy wise? And maybe quality time. I think Keisha asked, Shaq, what does quality time look like to you? And he like, quality time, me just being there, and quality time for Kirsten is, hey, sitting there and me answering 50 million questions.
But also, she don't want to hear no Martin Luther King speech.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't get it. But Kirsten's like, well, it's growing. Chris suggested that they do, over communicate with each other.
Yeah.
Gina's like, why don't you take a step back, make sure you extend grace to each other, whatever. So after the couples have their dinner, then Shaquille and Kirsten, they go back.
But grace has to be extended, both sides, right? But you got to be willing to compromise. I understand grace, right? But I understand there's a compromise in here. Let's have a conversation. I'm not a mind reader. You only be married 4 weeks, right? Mm-hmm. There's some people who've been married 20, 30 years who still can't read their spouse's mind. They on the same path link, but again, can't read their mind. So 4 weeks, you should be doing extra, as Chris said, you should be doing extra communication. Shaq should be saying, I am staying home late for night. staying at work tonight. I got an extra mentoring group. I'll be home. Could you stay up for me? And she should be trying to do her best to stay up. So when he gets home, they can have a conversation. Shaq said when the cameras are not there, they talk a lot and do things. So what else do you want from him? And he need to ask, okay, what else do you want from me? So, chemistry got to move.
So they talked about that, and, you know, she was like, I kind of answered that because I was stressed at the table. And he said, you know, I felt like it was a setback when she responded to the chemistry question like that. You know, every time I try, you know, it's like when they get in front of people, he feels blindsided because you say stuff there that we haven't talked about, or I feel it's a different way, and you say it's not. And she says, well, just ask me. You know, if I don't come out and just tell you, then just ask me. And he was like, basically, I'll be asking you.
And you don't say nothing.
Sometimes you should just volunteer this information. You really should.
That's what I'm saying, too. I shouldn't have to ask you everything, right? If you're feeling some type of way in a relationship, go ahead and verbalize, hey, I'm feeling this way. I feel like you're leaving behind. I feel like you're not spending enough time with me. I feel like you're not, you're not hugging me enough, or you're not kissing me enough. I know what else. Sometimes we have those conversations. Like, hey, what's going on? How you feeling today? Is there anything I'm doing, not doing? What do you need? You need anything to be done different? Those type of things that you may need to ask when you're married. So, because you don't know, right? Did I say something that was wrong? Did I make you feel some type of way when I said this? I know sometimes when her face changed, I done said something. Hey, bro, you might want to go ahead and fix that. But you know what I'm saying? There's some things that she say something wrong, and so you got to have that communication. You got to have that conversation. On a regular basis, and again, you got to wake up in the morning and say, how you doing today? Or those are the phone calls in the middle of the day. Hey, what do you need? And when I ask you, don't give the superficial answer. All right, I'm okay. Then you're lying, right? You know how we do. Like, everything good? Yeah, everything all right. No, everything's not good because this is the way I'm feeling right now, and I blah 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 blah.
Yeah, she you know, she acknowledges she needs to do better for communication. He was like, you know, she says at the beginning I had my guard up, you know. At the beginning, you know, she barely wanted him to touch her, and, you know.
And that's fine. She's feeling comfortable now, right? But communicate to him that you're feeling comfortable. So he doesn't think that he's still in the same place he was at 2 weeks ago. She needs to communicate, hey, you know what, man? Hey, you can go ahead, you can go a little bit lower on my back this time, or you can touch my butt. It's okay. Or you can give me a bigger hug. It's okay for us to embrace a little bit more. Communicate to him where you're at. All right, you know what? It's okay. You've been on first base for this long. It's okay to go to second, right? Give him a green light, wave a yellow flag or green flag or whatever the case may be, to let him know, hey, it's okay to go. And that's where the communication has to be at.
Yeah, they're going to have to fix it.
But he did say on after party, they got a couple drinks and they fixed it at night.
Well, they talked about it.
They talked about it. And but again, that's what needs to take place with her and him. I think they can make it. I'm not counting them out yet, right? I'm not counting them out as of yet, but I'm saying she needs to open up, and she is. I'm not gonna say she's confusing because she's sending mixed signals.
She's very confusing.
She's sending mixed signals.
She's very confusing.
And he's confused.
He is confused.
And when you got somebody who can't read between the minutia, he's gonna be confused, and he's gonna be confused until she's open and honest. Because I think she's still hiding out of fear, and she's not honest. Honesty has to be key for her for order for this relationship to work.
So yeah, that's really it with everybody. I do want to answer Miss Mona's question. No, I do not think Gina and Clint are in the same room. I think they're still in separate rooms.
Yeah, they still in.
They ain't that cool.
They're not that cool yet. They still in separate rooms.
They getting there though.
If you watch that episode, she's still in her room while he's still flipping pancakes or something like that. I believe at the beginning. So they still in separate rooms. They're not there yet. Hopefully they get there because the chemistry between Gina and Clint is getting better.
It's better.
It's getting better, but I don't know what Kirsten wants. Kirsten is.
Yeah, Kirsten.
Kirsten, I know. Trust me, I can say that name. I do what Kirsten wants, and I say that because one of my ex-girlfriends was named Kirsten. So, I know.
And I know her. It's no secret.
Yeah, it's no secret. She knows it. She knows it. So ain't no secret. After almost 22 years, there's no secret. She even met her so a couple times.
We used to go to church together. So
we ain't gotta go all there though.
We did.
So anyway, that's another story for another time. Maybe we talk about that story on the podcast whenever we get a chance to do one. But we'll check that. I can tell y'all about that story. But nonetheless, hey, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell notification, and so you don't miss any of our reviews. Let us know what you think, man. What couples do you at the halfway point? What couples do you think are going to make it, right?
Nicole and Chris. Let me put my bid in now. Nicole and Chris. I don't expect nobody else to make it.
I'm going to say Nicole and Chris. I think they still going to make it. Gina and Clint, I'm on the borderline. Maybe Clint can save it. Maybe they can hang on just for another 8 weeks. But the other ones...
They're friends. They're friends right now.
With the other ones?
Jasmine and Airris?
Nope.
They're barely friends.
If she says... She's not going to say yes. Airris might say yes.
I already told you. The only people I expect to say yes are Nicole and Chris. Everybody else is friends.
Yeah, everybody else is friends.
And I feel like at the end, Jasmine might not even want to be Airris' friend. Not in a mean way, but she might just be like, nah.
Nah. She might not be. So I'm going to say one in a possible. But the rest of the couples, no. My one in a possible is Chris and maybe Gina and Clint.
If I was going to put a possible, it would be Shaquille and Kirsten.
No. He frustrated. He done.
I think they might turn it around. We'll see. With the next episode, they body painting sitting on laps and stuff.
He is done.
We'll see. I think we're gonna be surprised by them, but no. I still don't think they're gonna say yes. But anyway,
he's done.
Thank y'all.
Thank y'all. Hit the subscribe button, bell notification. Thank y'all very much. We appreciate you guys.
Hit that thumbs up.
Thumbs up. All right. So
like it.
So next time we do a video, you guys can be notified first. Appreciate it. Thank you. Have a great night.